I've been speaking about Kolek basically each and every live stream for the past few weeks. But that's because there have been a lot to talk about him, his game, and his development. Well, recently, his trainer did an article with Steph Bondy of the New York Post, and he revealed a lot of information about Kolek and what they're working on. And one of the major tidbits revealed was that Kolek was trying to add muscle to his body ahead of training camp. And that is exactly what you want this kid to do, because if he gets bigger and stronger, he will be a better defender, he will be a better player, and he'll be able to take contact in the paint a lot easier, get that and one, and go to the line. I know he's thinking about that. And if you guys remember, he loves Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson, tree trunk-like shoulders. He is strong. He can take contact. Tyler Kolek, he's looking like he wants to move in that exact same direction. Let's break down these latest reports from Bondy of the New York Post about Kolek and what he's doing during this offseason as he gets ready for training camp. According to his trainer, he states the following, and again, shout out to Bondy for giving us his information as well too. Kolek's home for a week right now. We're kind of just changing his spark plugs, putting new tires on him, making sure he's as loose and feeling as good as possible when he gets to camp. 2 weeks ago, when he was home with me after the summer league, we did a 5-day stretch. We were trying to get him stronger. We were trying to put a little bit of muscle on him because I know the demands of the NBA and it beats you up, but we can't sacrifice speed, agility, or mobility for strength, because if we can get him wicked strong and he loses a step, we're in trouble. So I mixed it up. There's a potential need at backup point guard, according to Steph Bondy, with newly signed Payne also vying for that spot and Miles McBride better equipped as the 2 guard. In a good sign for Kolek's case for a rotation spot, a source said that head coach Tom Thibodeau was a proponent of drafting the Marquette man, and Kolek has an ardent support in the weight room as well too. A trainer who knows a thing or two about overcoming adversity. We continue here with this report from Bondy as he states the following. I've never seen that kid. Well, this is not Bondy saying it. This is his trainer, Carrera, saying it. And according to Carrera, his trainer, he states the following about Kolek. I've never seen that kid not be in a rotation, and I've never seen him not make people around him better. And with the firepower that the Knicks have, with the way they kind of broke down in the playoffs, with the injuries, they obviously needed some depth. And I think he's going to provide that depth. And Tyler can play with anyone. He can play with Dante DiVincenzo. He can play with Jalen Brunson. He can do so many different things that I just see him being an X factor that people don't realize. And in big game situations is when he's at his best. That kid is going to play with energy like John Starks did in the 90s. Spike Lee is going to have a Tyler Kolek jersey in the rotation for next season. These are things you gotta love to hear about a young rookie. Again, you can say what you want to say about him. Most paid rookie in terms of a second-round pick in NBA history. The Knicks paid this man for a reason because they have faith in him. Now, I don't know if he's going to get legit playing time headed into next season. If you're asking me, honestly, I really don't think he's going to, because the roster that we have is so stacked. It's not a knock against Kolek, though. It's more of a praise to the Knicks and saying, well, look at their roster. They're so good. They're so deep that they probably are not going to have time to play Kolek. But will Kolek play sometimes? Maybe garbage minutes or something like that? Yeah, absolutely. I do think that Kolek will play garbage time. And maybe if the Knicks are dealing with some type of injury or illness, he could see some time as well too. Tom Thibodeau having a lot of faith in him, wanting to draft him and wanting to utilize him in practice and all of these things. And the trainers that are working with him are telling him to add muscle because they know he needs that if he's going to get better in the NBA. This is exactly what you want to see a rookie do in the offseason. Add muscle, listen to the trainers, do what he needs to do, but then get praise from head coach Tom Thibodeau and learn that the reason he's a Knick in large part is because of Thibs. It's going to make you want to work even more. And this kid has been home working on his game day after day after day because he knows come training camp, that backup point guard position, even though Bagley said that Kolek was ahead of Payne a couple of weeks ago, after training camp, that may not be the case. Kolek knows that. So he has to play for all the minutes that he wants next season. And if anybody's going to do it, Kolek is, because he has that hustle and that grit that you want to see from rookies in this league. And I'm so happy he's joined the Knicks. The Knicks drafted him, and we're going to see what he can do moving forward, because Kolek is money. And you're going to see that each and every single time you get an opportunity to watch him play. His growth is going to be crazy. Watch what happens next year when he gets even more opportunities to play. The good thing about Kolek, and the one trait that he has going for him, is his passing. That skill is absolutely needed within the Knicks right now. So him being so good at it could potentially lead him to getting some more playing time. If anybody's going to find the next piece to this team that we need, it's going to be Leon Rose. It's going to be this Knicks front office. And we have the roster to do it because everybody's willing to sacrifice, so that way we can become a better team and win the championship. The championship has always been the goal, ladies and gentlemen. All we've ever wanted to do is be the team that wins a title, ends the drought, breaks it all, and becomes a team that everybody can have faith in each and every year. New Yorkers have been waiting for it. Knicks fans have been waiting for it. And we finally have the roster that could deliver it. And we have rookies that make us feel even better about the future, when before we weren't drafting like that. Now we're in championship contention, and I'm talking to you guys around 15 minutes now about Tyler Kolek, a second-round pick, and his potential impact headed into next season and the year after that. This is different times for this Knicks team. We're going through some changes, but these changes are making us an overall better team. And honestly, you really got to love that. Outlaw says, quick question. Does OG have insertive base in his contract? You know, what his injury history? I think you're talking about an injury clause. Does OG have an injury clause in his contract? I don't know yet. And that's a very good question. I think I might ask one of my reporter buddies what the status of his contract is in terms of having an injury protocol within it. I'd have to assume it does. I'd have to assume it does, given the money that he was given, but we don't know yet. I'm going to try to get more information on that and find out if I can verify where that contract is in terms of eligibility and criteria in terms of what he signed and agreed to. But very good question. I appreciate that. If you enjoyed these clips from the live show, be sure to subscribe to the channel and have notifications turned on so you don't miss any new episodes or when we go live. Thanks for watching, Knicks fans, and until next time, peace.